YouTube. It's March 23rd, 2018, and it's that time. Every day I go live on YouTube. It's usually around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if you're not subscribed, you hit the red subscribe button, then there's a little bell symbol. Hit that bell notification, then select all, and you're notified when I go live, and I welcome you to join and add a live comment. Those comments are kept for the replay, and I read every comment, and we have a conversation. We could talk about anything, downsizing, divorce, and living your dream, everything in between. And I appreciate everyone who comes into the live chat. These conversations have led to every aspect of life, relationships, money, etc. And that's what life's about. We talk about everything. D, good to see you again. D from New Hampshire on the live comments with the hand wave emoji. D, how was your week and how is your weekend looking? And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Each live session, what I do to start is I pick a specific structured topic to lead the conversation, something I'm reflecting on, something I've been through in life, and something that I think is helpful, so I want to share with you. And I want it to be on my mind. And part of these conversations and these videos are partly for self-expression, to share and to help others, but partly for myself, to keep my mind focused on the direction I need to continue to go to push forward in life. And what I want to talk about today, as I make this video, it's a Friday. And what I have learned through my own personal experience is that you have to get serious on the weekend in order to make your life a weekend. Some people live for the weekend. They live for 1 or 2 days out of the week, and they're willing to have 5 days of complete suffering and agony. I don't want that type of life. And it's all based on what you want out of life. And then you have to take action to go after it. So there's been different times in my life that I had to sacrifice some weekends of having quote unquote fun in order to get serious, to get my life in order so that not only my weekends, but my weekdays can be more joyful and I can be in a better place. The first time I had to get really serious when it came to a weekend mindset was my health habits, my eating habits. I've shared I used to be 350 pounds. I'm approximately 6 foot tall. That's morbidly obese. Right now I'm floating between 210, 220. I'm even a little bit overweight, but overall I'm very healthy. And I got all the way down at one point to 150. I share that because the biggest thing you need to get serious on the weekend is not having a cheat day. A cheat day will destroy all the hard work you put in to take care of your body during the weekday. All the salads you ate for lunch, all the restricting of alcohol. Now Friday, Saturday, Sunday comes, and you're gonna order out, you're going to have extra beer, you're going to have extra alcohol. I mean, all that will set you right back. Not only will it set you back, put you in a deficit. Any gains you made during the weekday, down the hill. So, Sam, inspirational nomad, do you mean I should have no fun in life? No, I don't preach that. Have a lot of fun in life. But what you have to do is you have to reorganize your eating and your health habits around a sustainable, fun life every day of the week. So you need to find a way that you're eating throughout the course of a weekday that not only is healthy, but that fulfills you to the point that you don't need to go cheat on your diet during the weekend. You don't get married and then on the weekend go fuck somebody else. Why? Because it will devastate your life. You don't marry your health during the weekday and then cheat on your health during the weekend. Why? Because it will devastate your life. You'll end up in a hospital. That's what I did. You'll be in pain and you'll be begging for another shot. Is that what you want? I don't want that. You have to get serious during the weekend. You got to have fun. You got to laugh. I mean, if you look at the context of my videos, I am a very well-balanced person. But what I'm trying to tell you is if you're starving yourself or if you're living just to live wild on the weekend, you're going down the wrong hole. And you're never going to make progress. You're never going to go forward. I want to go forward. I want to go forward. Yes, I was once 150 pounds, Josh. I got the pictures. People who know me in real life, they've been in here. They commented on that. That was towards the borderline anorexia. The reason I got that low, once I got that low, I was scared to eat anything because I felt like I would go right back. I wasn't I wasn't ready to have any, like, I was just eating fruits and vegetables. That's it. And that wasn't healthy, but I had to get a little extreme. Sometimes you have to get extreme and then you have to balance yourself out. Now I live a sustainable life. So that's with regards to health. I think cheat days are going to destroy your health. They destroyed mine, bottom line. Now it's a start. I started when I used to eat out every day. And then I just used Sundays as a cheat day. And I just ate like one whole pizza pie and a little bit of Chinese food on Sundays during watching football. And that helped, but that didn't change my lifestyle. So you may need a first step where, look, if you're morbidly obese, then you have to start somewhere. But what I'm trying to tell you is long term, you have to eventually get to a point where you're serious on the weekend so that your whole life can be a weekend. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're just living for 1 or 2 days of indulgence, the rest of your life won't be good. You're not enjoying the majority of your life. You're suffering the majority of your life. You want to build a life that you're enjoying most of your life. The other thing is with money. I'm going to talk about that. When I sold my house and I started downsizing, I did research. The average house takes 4.5 months to sell. From the time you list it to close on it, everything in between. The average. There's ones that do it shorter. I actually did mine 2.5. There's some that do it longer. But if the average house takes 4.5 months to sell and you're living in it, guess what you're about to do? You're about to get serious on the weekends because you're going to sacrifice 4.5, 5 months out of your year for showings. Why? Because when you list your house, if you're living in it, the greatest amount of showings, people coming to visit your house to see if they want to buy it, they're on the weekend. Saturdays and Sundays. And that means if you're going to live in it, guess what you got to do? You got to change your whole schedule around accommodating people to come in your house to look at it, to purchase. And that's overwhelming for some people, and they don't want to get serious about it. They expect somebody to just buy it without barely looking at it. Just look online. Not good. Not going to happen. I do everything online. Online will get people interested, but they need to actually see it, man. It's a huge purchase. So when I made that decision, I said, that's one of the reasons why too. I listed mine in December. I said, put it before Christmas. I said, put it on a market 2 weeks before Christmas. I don't care. Let's start it now. Some people said that was foolish. I sold my house in 2.5 months, faster than most people. When you're ready, you go. You don't wait. But I knew that I was getting ready to sacrifice 3 or 4 months of my weekends. I had to get serious in order to reposition my life, downsize, and be free and be financially independent how I want to be. Some people can't handle that. Some people say, oh no, you can't come this weekend, you can't come that weekend, and that's why they drag ass and they never go through, and it takes forever to get shit done. Look at me now. I mean, I still have different obligations. Every day isn't a party, but overall, my life's based around more weekendness than my life is almost close to a weekend every day of my life. Okay? Pretty much. I mean, not 100% there. You're still doing some things at work. But it doesn't just happen. You have to sacrifice. And I definitely didn't want to sacrifice the weekends in the summer. That's why I said list it in the winter. And people are going to be on vacation in the summer. If you want to sell your house in the summer, good luck. Good luck. You're going to want to go on vacation. Other people are going to want to go on vacation. The lawyers that you're dealing with will be on vacation. Real estate agents will be on vacation. You have to get serious about sacrificing some weekends. You got to clean your house. You got to get shit ready. And then when you're young, guess what you have to do? I know a lot of people that I grew up with, they weren't willing to sacrifice weekends, and they started their careers late. I was willing when I was in my early 20s, that I was establishing my career. I was willing to not hang out with my friends all the time on the weekend and work. And people 19, 21, 22, they couldn't believe that. Like, why are you working on the weekends? But what I did was I sacrificed some of those weekends. And I partied enough to know that, look, I ain't missing shit. When you come to a mature place, you realize that you're not missing anything. When you do what you need to do for you, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything back in New Jersey. You're not missing anything at the club. You're not missing anything when you do what you need to do for you. Never forget that, because you're always going to be seduced into think you're missing something. You ain't missing no shit. And so when I sacrificed when I was young to build my career, that gave me the resume, that gave me the experience to get my career ahead of most people. And by the time I'm 30, I was well established. Why? Because I got serious on the weekends when I was very young. A lot of people weren't willing to do that. Your life is going to be determined by how serious you are on the weekends. Again, I want have a fun life, have a rich life, enjoy the weekend. But at some point in your life, you're going to realize either you're the type of person that lives for the weekend, or you're the type of person that wants to build your life around having a weekend lifestyle, that every day of the week is almost a weekend. Now, again, you have to work, you have responsibilities, your car breaks down, look, I show all those videos, I talk about those things. So, but I'm trying to tell you, to live your dream, part of anyone's dream encompasses more free time, encompasses more things in your life that's based around doing things you enjoy versus doing things you resent. But to get there, you have to do some sacrifice. To get there, you may have to downsize, you may have to sell your house, and you may have to sacrifice 3 weekends of cleaning up your house, throwing away shit, fixing the furnace, getting your house ready to be on the market, then putting it on the market, then showing people the house, being willing to, say, all right, yeah, you want to come this Sunday? Come look at it. Being willing to say, you know what, even though, basketball's on tonight, I'm not going to order a pizza. Even though, the buddies want to come over and bring a keg of Miller Lights, I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I already got a beer belly. My doctor told me I need to lose 30 pounds, and I don't want to destroy my health. Because let me tell you something, when you're in a hospital, you know who comes to visit you? No one. No one. Because nobody gives a shit. Everyone's dealing with their own burdens. They can't handle their wife. They can't handle their husband. They don't like their kids. That's the truth of life. And you realize that when you're close to death, that no one in this life is going to love you like you. Yes, your mother may be there if you're blessed and things like that, but you know what? Even them, what can they do? Because when you're in a bad position in life, I don't care who loves you, no one can help you. They can be there for you, they can pray for you, you need all those things, but you got to build your, as an adult, you got to define your own life. You got to build your destiny. You got to build your life around wanting a weekend. You got to build your life around good health. You got to build your life around financial freedom. You got to build your life around saying no to people who invite you to destructive atmospheres that don't serve your well-being. Like my girl said, what was that song that was recently? A couple years ago. Here, the song Here, where the girl was getting invited to parties and she was like an introvert. She don't like to be there. People don't even care about her well-being. I relate to that a little bit because that's how it is. You're not missing nothing. You're not missing anything. When you have a mindset of I'm missing out if I don't do this on the weekend, you know what you're missing out on? Other people who live a resentful life that don't even enjoy themselves 90% of the time, and they try to make up for that the 10% of the weekend. When they finally build up enough energy at 5 o'clock on a Saturday or 9 o'clock at night on a Friday to finally do something, it's destructive. I don't want to live that life. If somebody wants to live that life, no judgment, but these are videos to express anything I can share based on my life and my opinion. They're not for everybody, but they're for me, and I'm sharing them. Until you develop a mindset of you want to get serious on the weekend about building the best quality life for you, your whole life, 90% of your life, 5 days out of the 7 days of the week, you'll be in misery. And you'll have a glimpse, a little window on a Friday night, Saturday night, that maybe you'll have some type of joy in this life. Maybe. But even that is short-lived. Because even Sunday is robbed because you're miserable. You dread Monday. You dread your life. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to dread putting on my work clothes because I can't fit in them and I'm not comfortable at work. I've been there. I don't want to dread going back to a house that doesn't inspire me anymore. I don't want to be around people who don't understand me, who don't even know how to take care of themselves, let alone be a person that I can count on to understand me. Have fun. Enjoy your life. I am not saying destroy your life by being too serious. People who watch this channel know that I'm very jokeful. I enjoy things. I'm well balanced. Again, I want to put this conversation in context. But what I want to tell you is I'm dead serious. That until you develop an independent, strong mindset that on the weekend, I'm going to be serious about my life so that all 7 days of the week is a weekend for me, in my mind, in my spirit, the way I design my life. Surely we have to work. Surely we have to do different things. I understand. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying, though. You got to put this in context. Because when you do all those other things, when you take care of your health, when when you sell your house or when you downsize, when you do whatever you need to do, you have so many more options that, you can choose different jobs. You know what? You can choose different clothes. You don't have to just shop at Big Man's Triple L 5X. That's what I was doing. Size 50 waist. You think you can just go into the regular store and get that? You can't get that. Till your liver starts to shut down when you're 40, 50 years old, and all your friends who love having beer 30, you think they give a shit? They don't give a shit. They'll keep drinking after you die. This is real. And this is what I want to share with you tonight. Be serious on the weekend so that you can design and build a life that is a weekend. That's my dream. Praise the Lord. All right, that's enough serious talk. I banged it out. All right, let's get into some live comments. D, again, hello. Andy G, that's my guy from Jersey. What's going on, brother? How are you tonight? I'm a traveling van. Good evening to you, brother. Aerial Photo Plus. Hey, from Montreal. Florida looks like paradise right now. Enjoy. Yeah, I mean, for me, Florida is paradise. Again, it's not for everybody, but for me, I want to say that I've been quite a few places. I haven't been around the world. I haven't been all over this country, but I've been on the entire east coast of America, and what I can say is Florida's the best, in my opinion, in my experience. It is tropical paradise. Now, again, I spend most of my times in nice areas that are on the beach, etc., etc. So, again, I mean, if you get what you look for. So, you can travel inland, you can travel to bad neighborhoods, and you can say, oh, this place is a dump. It's all a matter of how you move and what you look for, no matter where you go in life. So you have to be mindful of that too, okay? But I will say that for me, it's a no-brainer. Florida's great, beautiful, great spot. Jenny B. Oh, Jenny B, a.k.a. Wandering Soul, has changed her profile name to Jenny B. It's good to know your name, Jenny B, if that's your real name, and it's good to meet you as Jenny B, but I love you whether you're Wandering Soul, Jenny B, or anything else you want to call you, as long as one day, all of a sudden, you're not Trucker Trent, and you want to do a meet and greet at Starbucks, and you want to tell me how to change my oil. Please, don't lie to me. I love you. Praise the Lord. And, let's see here. D, well, I'm doing pretty good in spite of car issues. I'm sorry. It's nice to see. So I'm sorry about that. Jenny B says it's nice. The song was my anthem. Oh, man. Bad connection. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's nice to see light still in the sky. Yes, at 8 p.m. Yes, it is beautiful. I mean, the sky is still nice. It's a nice breeze. It was relatively cool today. It was around 72 degrees Fahrenheit, but overall it's a great day. It's supposed to heat back up. Not tomorrow, still 75. I mean, but some people may like 70s. I like it in the 80s because, again, too, I'm mostly by the beaches, so I get the ocean breeze, but it was still very enjoyable. D, well, I'm doing pretty good in spite of car issues. I'm sorry about that. I've been through there, and my heart and my compassion go completely out to you. Still in search of a van. I understand that. D, cheat days are so hard. I understand. I've been there. My son invited me to Easter dinner. Going to have lasagna, but I will get through it. I am a food addict, unfortunately. Well, again, I have compassion because I've been through that. Everyone has their own journey, so I can't say that I understand everyone's own unique journey. But I can say that I've been through, I've been through the obesity days. What I can tell you is from my personal life experience is that until you're ready to say no to family members, you'll never change your health. Because my mom was the biggest hurdle I had to face, and saying no to her lasagna, saying no to going out to eat, saying no to her barbecues. Because again, too, I had to learn that, from a mother's perspective, feeding her son was a way of showing her love for me, a way of nurturing. And also for a woman, they sometimes associate that with, showing love. So she didn't understand that I had to get very serious, especially at the beginning of my transformation, because I couldn't even fathom, even having skinny popcorn or anything. When you got to really lose, 200 pounds, you can't play around and not be serious about your health and your well-being. Some people can't understand that. And then you also have to look at those people. I had to look at my mom, and she struggles with diabetes, and she's obese. So then you get to a point where you don't judge people. You have to say, look, I can't let the blind lead the blind. And I don't say that in judgment, but I have to be honest with you. So the best thing you can do in life is take care of yourself well, including on the weekends. Josh, 150 pounds. Yeah, I got all the way down there, and I stayed there for about a year. I balanced out probably about last year, and then now I've been at a sustainable level. Like I said, I probably stopped eating that skinny popcorn. And probably need to shed about 15, 20 pounds, but I feel good. Hey, Mama, how are you? Hopefully you're still in here. How have you been, Mama? It's good to see you. I've been very good, very thankful. Of course, I still feel anxiety. Of course, I still feel scariness. What I would tell you is that any time in life when you are evolving and when you are changing and when you are growing, you're going to be scared. And that's okay. What you have to do is pull from past experience and gain confidence. But I want you to know that no matter who you are, no matter how confident, no matter how much you've accomplished, every time you get ready to change and grow, and you're going to need to do that on a regular, habitual basis because nothing stays the same. You can't stay the same. So in order to keep a mindset of growth and evolution is that you have to say it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared. And then you say, all right, let me focus one step at a time. Let me not get overwhelmed one step at a time. That way also that you don't let the fear and anxiety steal your entire life. Because like I say, life is constant change. You're always going to feel that. So the way you enjoy the journey, the way you stay present in the moment is you discipline the mind and say, all right, let me just focus on the next step. Let me just look at today. Let me focus on what I can control and let me let go of what I can't control. That's how you live a well life. That's how you take care of your mind, body, soul. Should you get serious about your mental health on the weekend? Yeah. Yeah, you should. You should get serious about that on a daily basis. It's a shame that a lot of people don't, and it's very harmful. Mama, I hope you're doing well in school and everything is good for you. Jesus Taurus. What's up? How's Florida treating you? Florida's treating me great. It's my home now. Obviously, I will go back to Jersey in April and see how things go with the job. But in my heart, Florida's my home. Love to you, Jesus. AJ, that's my guy. Hey, Sam. Double hands up like raise the roof / praise the Lord emoji. AJ, good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a blessed day. I hope that you know that you have a high worth, you have a high value, and that you're a blessing. Josh, do you find since living in your vehicle that you wake up early than before? No, I wake up the same time. When I got my life together, before I started moving out, moving nomadic, I had already structured my day where I wake up very early. What will change your life is if you wake up very early, you take no naps during the day, and then you'll sleep at a regular time, and then you'll get the healthy 6 to 8 hours sleep. Sleep cycle is the most underestimated thing for a healthy, well-lived life. It keeps you sharp mentally and every other way. Lack of sleep will destroy your life. And people who stay up past midnight have a higher levels of obesity and related diseases for that reason. So I had already started a habit of waking up between 5 to 6 a.m. on average, well before I started living out of the car. But what I can tell you is, and that's why I mean, you have to get your life in order. I mean, downsizing and living economically is only one aspect of life. You have to take care of your health. You have to take care of your mind. You have to take care of how you structure the day. You have to take care of your habits. Your life is found in your daily routine. What time do you wake up every morning? What do you do when you wake up? How many cups of coffee do you have before you start the first task? Do you take naps at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? If you do, no wonder your sleep cycle's a mess. I wake up, on average, there's exceptions, between 5 to 6 a.m. and I love it. It's been the best thing I ever did. More productive, happier, healthier. I spend about an hour to wake myself up. I have a cup of coffee. I take my time. I don't rush. Especially now I don't have to rush through traffic or anything. I do whatever I want. And then after that, I go to the gym. If I'm not at the office, I go to the gym. After that, shower, all those things. I'll go onto the laptop, whether I'm at the office or do some work remotely. And then after I've done some of that, I go for a walk. Make some time for my creative space, whether it's to make videos or to document different things, through my other social media. Take a break. Have another banana, health bar, etc. I try to eat every 3 hours so I don't starve myself. I tried every type of way of living. Let me tell you something. When you starve yourself, what you're going to do is indulge at the wrong place. People who try to show off that, I'm not having anything for lunch, I'm not having anything for breakfast. To me, that's the biggest sign that, you're not healthy. You're very unhealthy. Because those people who try to act like they're not eating anything, those are the people that hurt themselves the most. There's a saying that says, whatever you eat in private, you show in public, you wear in public. And that's what I found. So you got to be conscious of that. But just trying to share some things on how I structure my day, etc. But getting a little off track. Jenny B, that song was my anthem. Yes, I forgot the name of that artist. D, I can't even imagine you being that size. Yes, I have pictures. There was one video I uploaded pictures to. So I could do another video and put more pictures in there. Peter, what's good, my brother? Sending peace and positivity your way. I appreciate that, Peter. Everything is good. I'm very thankful, and just pushing forward. The SI project. Philly is in the house again. Philly, what's going on, SI? Buddy Pro, how's looking in the Jeep? It's pretty good. I mean, your parents had a saying, right? You used to hear that saying when you were young, if the van's rocking, don't come a knocking. So that's nothing new there's nothing new under the sun. That's been going on since the beginning of time. So that's all love. Gilbert, evening everyone. Happy Sabbath. Sammy, what's good tonight? Well, it's good tonight. It's just a quiet, relaxed night after a good day. And just getting ready to push forward. I just want to actually move a second here. And then we'll go from there. Hold on one sec, guys. I just want to move because that was too many people around here. But my day was good. I'm taking you guys on a little bit of drive now. But that's the other thing you have to learn. I mean, that was a nice area, but just a little bit too congested, and I wanted a little bit more privacy. And so, for me, if I'm not comfortable, then I move. I don't stay in the same spot. And that's what I've learned over my time. But overall, everything's been good. We're just going a little bit of drive. Jamelia, hey, Sam. Hello to you. I disagree because I believe once you have a higher level of awareness about your situation, you are obligated to make a change regardless of if it's the weekend or not. Well, I don't understand where we disagree. I kind of saying the same thing unless I'm reading your comment wrong. I don't know if you can explain what you're saying. Jenny B, your connection is making your auto really choppy. I'm sorry, that's partly too why I moved. We'll see how the move goes. So we'll just go from there. But that's part of going live. I mean, you get different aspects of it, but like everything in life, even when it's not perfect, you do it. Why do you do it? Because you want to be consistent. You want to have habits. If you wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect place to go live, the perfect place to do this, what happens in life? I mean, you never get stuff done. You're floating around and you don't make progress. I mean, sometimes you have to do things sloppy, not ready, and just keep going. I mean, some days are better than others, but again, it's the mindset of, I have to, I'm a doer. Doers make mistakes. Sometimes when you do things, you have to adjust it. I'm a firm believer in start now, refine as you go. And excuse me, I'm going to take comments in a minute, but I don't want to take them while I'm driving because I want to do things responsibly. But what I can tell you is start now and refine as you go. The hardest part is to start. Most people get stuck in their mind. I know Wandering Soul, aka Jenny B, I was reflecting on that today. Thank you, Jenny. She had made that statement the other night that she was getting caught in her mind, and I understand that. I've been there. Again, I have extreme compassion on how hard this world can be at different seasons of our life, especially mentally. I believe everyone struggles with a level of mental anxieties and harmful things that hurt our mind. But what I want to tell you is the way to relieve anxiety is action. Responsible, daily action towards bettering your life. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy when you stay idle and you get caught in your mind, like Jenny B was saying, and you start to question yourself, you question everything, you're scared to make a mistake, you're scared, and what happens? Just nothingness. And that's the worst thing for your mind, is a bunch of nothingness. Because what your mind needs is to be disciplined and to have some of that energy burned off. Anxiety is somewhat of unused energy. Like I said, I believe that you can solve 90% of your mental thoughts by going for a walk and listening to music. Because as you do that, you'll say, all right, this is what I need to focus on when I'm done with this walk. Okay. Once I'm done with this walk, I need to organize this. Once I'm done with this walk, I need to send the email for this business purpose. Once I'm done with this walk, I need to reach out to this appointment that I have booked. When you go for a walk, your brain is able to operate at a different level because your blood is flowing. What does your blood do? Your blood delivers nutrients and oxygen to your cells. All that's part of how the body of your machine, your body's a machine on how it works and how your mind's able to function properly. I know who my mom, when she lays in the bed for like almost days at end, her mind goes to mush. Why? Because, you have to use it. Just like a car. If a car sits in the garage for a week straight, guess what happens? It has a tough time starting. The seals can go wrong. And there's so many different components that it affects. Movement is life. Idleness is the devil's playground. I say that often. And but I think that's an important lesson that I wanted to share with you to be mindful of. And man, I went the wrong way on this too. Shit, took the wrong path I wanted to go. But and that's the other thing. I mean, if you make a wrong turn in life, what you do is, you correct it. I mean, you turn a different way, and you don't rush. Rushing leads to regret. And most of my failures were rooted in a level of rushing. Now, I think some of that comes with maturity. I think as you get older in life, you realize that, slow down. And I think that some of that I do think comes with age. You have to learn to slow yourself down. Because it's not going to be perfect, and you have to be okay with that. Life sometimes is not perfect, things aren't perfect, and sometimes the best thing we can do is just slow down, regroup, and figure it out, and we'll be fine. And we go from there. And you guys are really coming on a ride with me now. But I'm almost there. Bear with me. I'm at a stoplight. Yep. D says, I know I'm back on the comments, but we'll get there. I was in the grocery store this morning and was getting hungry, and there was skinny popcorn in single servings. Yay. Well, I definitely agree that single servings will help you better, because single servings are only like 100 calories per thing. I mean, skinny popcorn is a healthier treat. So there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is I get the big bag, and I eat the whole big bag, which is like almost 700 calories. So, again, I mean, I can maintain this weight, and overall, I'm very healthy. Overall, I'm at a good weight. I'm eating all plant-based. The skinny popcorn is the worst thing, but I know I have a little bit extra pounds that I would just maybe like to shed. But I'm at a stabilized, sustainable level. I'm really not. Like I said, when I had to get extreme and I had to lose weight, I mean, I had to really, really get serious. And especially on the weekends, because on the weekends, what happens is you have developed a habit through your parents or through your caretaker that the weekends are a time that you just fucking let all loose go. You go to the bar, you go to the club, your friends tell you that when you're young. Your parents, Sunday dinners are a big deal. Everyone gets all the cakes out, they get all the treats. And look at your family. Are most people unhealthy? That's when you have to build up enough confidence to say, look at my own family, not in judgment, but my own family's, unhealthy. They're going to the doctor. They have personal issues. They don't have healthy relationships. Should I be following their lead and continue that cycle? No. You need to, at times, break that cycle, still love them, still respect them, but break that cycle and define your own life, develop your own habits as an adult. That's part of life, is you develop how you want to live. You don't just, receive a tradition that's been handed down to you generationally and say, all right, you know what? I'm going to do this because this is what's been handed down to me. No, you have to just, figure it out for yourself. But we love skinny popcorn. Pat, yes, I am. I am not single. I have a nice husband. I know that, and I respect that. Pat, and I think about gas having to move all the time. Well, you should. I mean, like I said, gas is part of it. Now, you're going to spend more on gas when you live full-time in your car or RV, but guess what you're not going to have? You're not going to have electric bill. You're not going to I have natural gas bill when I had a condo. I had electric bill, a natural gas bill. I had a sewer tax, a sewer bill. I had a maintenance fee for my homeowners association, and if you don't have a homeowners association, you pay for that anyway because you have lawn care, you have to take care of your roof, you have to take care of your siding, etc., etc. And you got property taxes. So yeah, you're gonna have a higher gas, but you're not gonna. Now, if you want to keep your house and then still do long-term camping, then you just have to figure it out like it's an entertainment cost. But at net, if you're doing it somewhat responsibly, it may be more in the beginning until you figure it out. But you're gonna spend less living in a car or RV on average than you would if you had a house. I mean, there's no way around it. The issue is, is that what you want to do? Again, because you shouldn't do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to do something, then it's gonna, when it gets rough, you're gonna back out of it. If you want to do something, you're gonna figure it out for the most part. So it's all relative. But again, it's a double-edged sword. Like I know, Pat, you come in here, and I know that it's obviously your dream because you talk about it. If you talk about something constantly, there's something inside you that wants to do it. But at the other hand, it's like, you talk yourself out of it, and that's where people go in circles. People talk themselves that they want something else because they're not fulfilled, and then as soon as they say they want something else, they say why they shouldn't do it, and then they end up right where they are with no action. All they do is live the same life that they're not fulfilled with. Now, is there something wrong with that? No. Look, if that's how you want to live, and do you? I think everyone should do them. But what I'm sharing with you is that you gotta live, and you gotta live a life that is fulfilling. Like not just on the weekends, but every day of your life is somewhat of richness, of a blessing. And that's how I live, and that's how I want to live. And for some people, they may not want to live like that. But again, I'm not saying sell the house, divorce the husband, and that's how you should live. What I'm saying is maybe you should take some weekend trips in your car and figure your life out. But I see, I'm not one of these people. I just watched some guy who does a YouTube channel, and like he did a live chat for an hour, and basically it was a fundraiser. People came in there, they donated to his channel, and all he did was just thank people for their donations. See, I'm not about that. To me, if you're going to come in his channel and you're going to share your life, I want to know that you're moving forward. I can pander to you. I know how to politic. I know how to give people a bunch of bullshit, but I don't live like that. So I can pander to you. I can tell you whatever you want to hear. I can do nice videos that just are only like music and like me tap dancing for you. But then, some people just want to live through others. And I'm not against that because I understand that. But for me, I don't, that's not the messages I try to preach. I try to share my life so that maybe you can learn something. And two is I try to say, go out there and live your own life. Not exactly like me, but however you see it for you. And it doesn't mean that you have to get rid of everything you have and every person you have. But it means that you have to start deciding that what's inside me that keeps spurring on my spirit. Am I going to start to step into that destiny? Or am I going to just keep repressing it and then, daydreaming about it? I don't want to be a daydreamer. I want to be a do-dreamer. Someone who dreams and then does. I know that sounds a little crazy, but that's how it is. And, I talked about that the other day, when I had a setback day and I had a lot of anxieties and worries. The next day when I woke up, I made it a point to discipline my mind and to let go of yesterday and to say to myself and to say to that video that you step into today. I remember when I used to play baseball when I was young, when the coaches were teaching me on how to swing, one thing that stuck out is they always say, step into the pitch. Step into the pitch. That's how you make good contact with the ball. That's how you get a hit. Same thing with your life. Each day you have to step into it. You have to aggressively assert yourself into something you want to do. It doesn't just happen. You don't just end up in Florida. You have to sacrifice your weekends to show your house. You got to sacrifice 4 months. You got to sacrifice all the stuff that you built your life collecting and getting rid of because you want to live a different life. You don't just get to a point where you wear a tank top and you can walk the beach for 10 miles. You got to sacrifice not having a large cheese mushroom pie on Sundays and a bucket of fried chicken. You have to get serious about your life on the weekend so that you can live a life that's based on a weekend. And this is my own personal, actual life testimony. I'm not giving you a pander show and then asking for a donation. I'm giving you my life, and I'm saying go out there and make your own way in life so that you can be fulfilled and you don't have to be resentful and wake up every day and have to hope for someone on YouTube to make you happy. Look, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I want you to live good. I want you to live your life, and that means something to me. And now I can get back to the comments. But thank you for that, staying with me as I rode around. Pat, I will be better off. That's the big question. And the only way to answer that question is to do. You don't answer that question by staying in your mind. I love that Jenny B, aka Wandering Soul, said that, she got caught in her mind. And we all do at times. And what I'm trying to tell you is if you keep getting caught in your mind, whether, gas could be too much, I can't do it. But I want to do it. I can't. Look, do it, fuck up, and figure it out. That's the only answer. But it's, everything else is insanity. What's insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So if every weekend you masturbate about maybe you want to live a different life, but you never take the action and do it, you know what you're going to do? You're going to live the same insanity through in your mind. I don't want to live like that. I want to go forward. I want to go forward, forward, and forward. Next question, Pat. Do you ever watch Van City Van Life channel? Not that one. I don't. I watch some Nomads, but I'm not familiar with that one. Pat, he's great too. Praise the Lord. He is another guy who works. Praise the Lord. Has a pet and lives in a van with mini stuff in a van. Amen. I'm not mad at that. And I will say too, I want to acknowledge Bob Wells, and he has a YouTube channel called Cheap RV Living. He just posted a video today. I do recommend you see it because I think it does have value. Of a middle-aged woman, maybe older, who lives in a Nissan NV200, great minivan. She has a great setup. She's a professional. I think she's a psychiatrist for a hospital. Very much a professional. Has a great van setup. She had a great mindset, and I recommend you going to that channel. I think, and I'm doing that, because I really do think that would help people, especially women who have concerns about this lifestyle. Again, everyone has their own journey, but I think that video has value. So I would check that out. The YouTube channel is called Cheap RV Living, and that's one. I mock. Sometimes I make fun of him because he has a little bit wild stuff, but I also got to be fair to him. I think that was a great video, and he has put out great material. Some of it. Pat, I say more power to folks. Yes, more power to you too. We have to encourage each other to be our best selves. Peter. Random question. That's okay. Dirty clothes. What's your technique to keep it fresh in there? Well, I don't have many clothes, and then so when I have dirty clothes, I just put them in a plastic bag. I put them on the bottom of my back seat, and that's it. Once a week, I do laundry. Again, I don't have many clothes, so it's not like I have like a big laundry day. I pretty much keep them in a couple just plastic bags, like a couple t-shirts, couple pair of basketball shorts, and my work stuff I keep in the office, and when I go to my office, I get changed, and I just put them in a plastic bag, tie them up, and once a week I go to laundromat. That's how I do it. But again, everyone has their own way. Pat, but I have a lot to consider. I have a home. Sure, it would be cheaper now. Again, you can go in circles in your mind. You're not going to know until you do. But again, I'm not telling you to sell everything, divorce your husband. What I'm saying is, why don't you start going on weekend trips, and see how you like it. And even if you don't want to do it full time, there's something inside you that's not fulfilled. So it's like, if you go on those weekend trips, you're going to come right back to your husband. You're going to come right back to your house. So it's like, and then you're going to get it out of your system, and you're going to develop yourself. You're going to be happier with yourself. You're going to be happier with life. Your life will become a weekend instead of, on the weekend, you wish you had a different life. Big difference. I love you, Pat. Jenny B. Oh, thank God you're moving. I actually clicked over to another video for a minute to make sure I wasn't having a stroke. God bless you, Jenny. I love you and I appreciate you. And forward we go. I got a lot of love for you, Pat. But when I factor in everything, I'm not sure. Pat, you're going in a circle. I love you, Pat. Forward. Josh. I saw those 5 O's you were pulling away from. Yeah, there was a lot of them in there. I don't know why. But I'm mindful of that. But I wasn't doing anything wrong. I mean, I was legally parked in the thing. I just got in. I just got done from Starbucks. It's right there, but I don't know. I am not I'm sorry. Skip one. But you have to be conscious of your surroundings. Jenny B. I mean, but that for me, it keeps the mind engaged. Again, I'm responsible. I don't disrespect my environment, but I think what I've learned in life, I heard actually from that video that Bob Wells posted from this lady living in her van, this psychiatrist, who lives full-time in her a Nissan NV200, she said, and I guess she had this insight too because she works with mental health, is that living this lifestyle, you do become more mentally sharp. You can, because your mind has to work at a higher level, and so the more your mind is engaged, the more neurons, or forgot the name of it, the neurons, the different brain connections are enhanced, and they're renewed, and they're nude. It's like they say older people should do crossword puzzles. Why? Because it keeps the mind active and actually helps your brain capacity operate at a higher level. So like when you're living full time on the road, you're more conscious of, you're more conscious of your surroundings, as if you were, versus you're sitting in your lazy boy and you're brain dead. You're brain dead. You got your hand in your pants like Al Bundy. You're watching me on YouTube. You don't have to really be conscious of anything, and your brain just dies. Now, hopefully, I enlighten your brain a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, so like here, like I'm talking to YouTube. I'm conscious of my surroundings. Again, it's not for everybody, but what I'm trying to tell you is, you're more engaged in life because you're out in life. You're not just like in this cave that you've built and you don't experience life. So for me, that's been a blessing. Jenny B. Pat makes pros and cons lists. Yes. And that lady also talked about that. Make the list and then make a mistake. Make a pros and cons list, then make a mistake. Because guess what? You don't go forward in life without making mistakes. There's a quote that say, success is going from one failure to another without loss of enthusiasm. Now, I'm not saying keep failing, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, you have to make mistakes. Doers make mistakes. People who don't do shit, they don't make mistakes, but they don't do shit. You got to make mistakes and you got to go forward. Grace of God be with you, Pat. I am not afraid. I just want more info before I try to talk my husband into it. Well, you're going backwards. Like I said, you shouldn't try to talk your husband into it. He already told you he don't want to do it. What do you want to do? You can still love and honor your husband and just go on a weekend trip or a day trip. You're talking yourself out of it. You're not talking your husband. You're trying to convince your husband. So you already know your husband's going to say no, but now you can blame him for not living your life. I disagree, but I love you, Pat, and I know you love me, but I disagree with that. Yes, Jenny, you are right. Pat, I'm all for it. My husband is not. Again, you're going backwards. You're blaming your husband. You need to be blaming yourself. Pat, if wasn't so happy with a nice husband, I would have gone yesterday. You're going in circles. I love you. Circle talk. Jamelia, I'm Jamelia Retracted. Sailing John. Hello, everyone. Hey, Sam. All good. Moving forward. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about moving forward. I want to talk about going in circles. I want to talk about forward. And you got two options in life. Forward or backwards. Or nowhere. I want to go forward. Forward, forward, forward. We make mistakes. The grace of God be with you. Love and compassion. I'm not speaking down to anyone. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, but I have to go forward. And part of that is getting serious on the weekends so that every day can be a weekend. D. Hey, Sailing John. Sailing John. Hey, D. Jane B. Retracted. Jamelia. Hey, Sam. I think what we had happen is that because I had started watching your show while it was already in session. That's okay. Maybe I could have misunderstood what you were saying, so I'm going to watch it later. No problem. I always appreciate your comments. 1989. What's up, Sammy? Everything's going pretty good, brother. I feel very thankful. I hope you're doing good. I hope everyone's doing good. Look, I want everyone to live a great life. Not my life, your life. And I want you to be you. And I want the best for everyone. I really do. And I love you. I got love for you. D, you are coming and fine in New Hampshire. That's a blessing. Thank you, D. It's great to know that, I touch people from all over the country and all over the world, and you guys touch me. Like I said, you guys have made a positive impact on my life. You get 10% negative people on YouTube, get 90% positive. You got to deal with the 10% negative. That's part of life. But what I can tell you is, there was our brother Academia who made a great video the other day. I really enjoyed. Traveling Van, Josh. I mean, all the people, Sailing John, everybody. It's just, it's amazing to connect with everyone, man. I mean, it's great. It's a blessing to me. Very thankful. Josh, Jenny B, I'm not having any issues with the sound or video. Jenny B got that poor Wi-Fi trying to blame me. But it's all right, Jenny B. I had to get away from too many, not a good spot. Apostine. And excuse me if I said that wrong. Sound and video okay for me. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Apostine. Josh, what happened was Craig and them bought over a jumbo bag of skinny popcorn. Josh got a good quote. That's like from the movie Friday. Remember with Chris Tucker and Ice Cube? Well, at least that's what I thought of when you said that. What had happened was Craig and them. Yeah, it's funny. Jenny B. Retracted. The SI Project. Philly in the house. Love and respect to Philly, man. Again, love and respect to Philly. I love Philly. Great city. Just too cold. I'll never live there. The same thing with New Jersey. But I will say Philly's a great city, man. I definitely recommend visiting it, man. A lot of great stuff to see, man. Great environment, in my opinion. Good diversity. Where am I now? Pat, so true, Sam. D, Chrome is cool with his dog. Okay. D, I just watched her. Love that video. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that video, Cheap RV Living, great video. I recommend it. I want people to have all different perspectives, and I want people to have inspiration. I think that's an inspiring, insightful, good video for people to get some insight. I really do. Pat, Sam, may I ask if you have a desk job? Yeah, 4 days out of the week. Right now I'm not in the office at all, but 4 days out of the week I'm in the office. I'm taking more vacation time. I go back in January. April. So I take most of my time over the past couple of years. I take most of my vacation time at the end of the year. That's what I did last year. I took, most a couple of weeks in December and then a couple of weeks in November, etc. And then when January comes, you get a whole cycle of new vacation time, and I do the same thing. But I take that this year. What I've done differently than other years, I took it also in the beginning of the year because I'm kind of like at the next phase where I'm trying to settle in and see what I would need to do to move my life forward to my dream, which is full time in Florida, or and like I say, my next step now that I'm situated and now I've exhausted some vacation time is when I go back, which I've already applied for, is a complete remote position. But my current position as an electrical engineer for an IT company is 4 days a week. I have to be in the office. I can do some work remotely, but you have to be on site for 4 days of the week. So that is a blessing. I have a great job, work with great people. But that's also why I like the video that Cheap RV Living did. She had a similar situation, this lady who was living out of her Nissan. And because, she was a psychiatrist in a hospital, but she was basically saying that, she only had to work a certain amount of days each month, and it was very few days. But even with that, she wasn't fully fulfilled, that she wanted to try to either get something completely remote or sustain her own income through different, I don't know if it was a website she was building or something she was doing in business. And obviously that would be my long-term goal too, is I would love to be able to sustain my own income through my investments. But to have money to invest and to do different things, you have to work to get that money, and you have to realize there's no guarantees, so you have to be very careful. You take a level of risk. But even her, I only have to be in office 4 days a week, but still I would like to be fully remote. That's what I'm shooting for. Hopefully by May I will know that. And if I am able to get that, obviously I'll be in the Northeast, over the summer, because I'll have to situate things. But then by next winter, I'm back in Florida, and I'm here for the long term. If I'm fully remote, once I set up things, I can just work from any place I have Wi-Fi and do everything on the computer. And that's my dream. And I'm taking one step closer to that. And so I hope I answered that well. D, weekend trip is a good idea for Pat. Totally good idea. Pat, that's true, Sam. Pat, I want to move to save money. Well, if you want to move, then you have to get an agreement with your husband. But if your husband doesn't want to sell your house, then you have to figure out if you're going to stay with your husband. If you are totally dead set on, you don't want to be in that house anymore, and your husband dead set on he is, then that's a different thing between, going camping on a weekend and seeing if you want to be mobile. You guys have two different directions in life. So you have two options. You could stay in that relationship, and your guys aren't going to go anywhere. Two people walking in different directions, they don't go anywhere. And or you have to do something else. Am I against divorce? Not necessarily. But not for something frivolous. But I'm not going to tell you what to do with that. But what I am going to tell you to do is you have to decide. You have to decide. Indecision will hurt you mentally, and it'll cause you to do nothing with your life. And so at some point in your life, you got to decide. Or, you got to either let your dream, look, I'm not going to travel. It's not my husband's fault. I'm just not going to travel. You got to stop talking about it. Or you got to say, look, I am going to. I'm going to start on the weekends. But like I said, before you would even think about selling your house, you got to go on trips, because you don't even know, you may not like this lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So there's so many different options. There's so many different things to say, but the only way to do anything is just to try it. I don't care what it is in life. And the only time you learn is when you make mistakes. You're not going to learn anything by sitting in your house watching YouTube. No, I'm not going to say that, because I learned a lot from YouTube. I don't want to say that. But what I want to say is that's a seed to start you. It did start me too. But then after that, you have to take that seed, and then you have to start planning your own and taking action. That's what I want to say. That's better said. Trend News. Hey, Sam, happy Florida. And then he gave this sunglass emoji and palm tree. I love that. First order for everyone. Write down all your goals. Totally agree with that. Financial and non-financial. Agree with that. Decide what you want in life and then follow through. Totally agree with that. Living your dream, buddy. Love it. Trend News. Love and respect to you. And I also saw your comment on Academia's page. Thumbs up. You want to know about Brexit? My brother Trend News, he not only loves Florida, but he loves talking about news issues. And do I like that? Yeah, I like that, because he's a positive brother, and that's what he likes to do. Me and him on the same page. We're going to meet up in May, maybe, if I'm full-time, but I may not be back by May. We'll see. But he's going to be down in Fort Lauderdale. I love Trend. Trend's been very positive in my life. Very thankful for Trend. Pat, I am happy for you, and I appreciate that. I can tell. And all the other folks who live this life. I appreciate that. Now, look, I can take that And I do take that. I'm very thankful for that. And I could just pander to you then. I could say, Pat, I love having you here. Let me tap dance for you and show you some more Florida. But see, I'm the type of person that I want to encourage people to live their own dream. Now, responsibly. I'm not telling you to do nothing crazy. But what I'm trying to tell you is you got to have some thought now on what you want to do in life, because it sounds like you're older, your husband's older. I mean, are you just going to live your life out like that and not be fulfilled? And again, you could just take a day trip with limited amount of money. You don't have to go far. Go 2 hours away from your house and go camping at a local place. I mean, and spend $50 that day. I mean, I'm not telling you to do anything extreme, but what I'm telling you is dream big, start small. You have to take action. Even a day trip outside of your 30-mile radius will change your mind about life, and it will open your mind to a different way of thinking, of being, of inspiration. And that's what I want for everyone, not just me. I don't want to just sit here and make you guys jealous. That's not what I'm about. I want to inspire you to be the best you, in however you want to define that, not how I define it, but that's my goal. Look, like I say, monetize, not monetize, which I'm not, no subscribers, 1 million. I'm not going to just give you a pander show. I want to give you the best you, including myself. Gilbert, this is so true. Weekends are not for cheat days. Cheat days are an excuse. We need to move forward and form a lifestyle. That lifestyle word's key. Totally agree. Change so that we do become a part of our positive journey to betterment. Gilbert, thumbs up, double thumbs up, brother. Well said. Well said, brother. I'm not going to add to that. Well said. Josh, thank you for that. Josh did a great thing. He actually spelled out what I was trying to say now. Let's see if I can pronounce it. Neurotransmitters. I did, Josh. Did good job, brother. Thank you, Josh. I like Josh, man. Good guy. Kathy's Critters World from my sister, my fellow Floridian. Let's see what she has to say. Every time I am in my RV, I didn't know you had RV, I realize how much more I hate our house. Well, I can understand that. I am a slave to the house. I was too. Spent all my time there. I hated that. Dusting. Oh, I wanted to throw up when I did that cleaning. Where in an RV, you can clean the entire thing in 20 minutes. Kathy, me and you are on the exact same page. I totally agree, and that's where I got. I had to sacrifice my weekends because I said, look, for the next 4 months, I'm going to get my house sold. I'll be here every weekend cleaning my house, showing it to potential buyers. I'm going to sacrifice these weekends because I want to get serious about my life and living my dream all week long. To the best, again, we have responsibilities, but that's what I felt. I felt exactly what you felt. Now, do you have a Class C, Class B travel trailer? What do you have, Kathy? Pat, this is true on all counts. Pat, that's why I love you. You know how to, I love you, Pat. D, I have actually watched videos that spouse stays home while they do the van life part-time. Yeah, there's different ways to do it. Again, that's why I always say use me. Somebody said it one time in here, you can maybe use me or others as a template, but you have to put your own twist on it. No one knows your life like you, but what I am saying is you have to do something. Start now and then refine as you go. But if you don't start, you'll never be able to live your dream. You got to get off the bench and you got to get in the game. Pat, yes, Sam, that's true. I am all mixed up. That's okay, though. I'm not speaking down to you. Obviously, I'm being a little bit, I want to push you, but I don't want to push you to hurt you, and I don't want to speak down to you. I want you to speak well about yourself. I want you to speak well about your husband. I want you to have a healthy mind, and I want to be an encourager. Now, look, sometimes I got to, push a little bit, but I want the best for you, Pat. Now, look, even if you don't do it, I'm still going to love you, but, this is what I'm sharing with you. Jenny B. Pat, that's where a pro and con list can really help. You can't argue with it. When you see it on written paper, if you're honest, you're doing it. I've used that technique for almost every major decision I've made. I know for me, when I'm going through circles, it's making a list helps. I agree with that. I want to add something to it, but I don't want to take away from what she said. There is a difference between writing down a game plan and emotions. Okay? So you can have a list on what you're going to eat each day and how much calories it equals to. But when you're hit with a wave of emotion at 9 p.m. and you want to go and order pizza, it doesn't matter what that list says. Your emotions take over. Mike Tyson has a quote. He said, everyone has a game plan until they get hit in the mouth. So you're going to have a game plan until you get hit in the mouth with emotions. You got a list of pros and cons on why you need to downsize your life. The pros of downsizing your life way outweigh the cons. But what happens? You get hit with emotion. You get hit with anxiety. You get hit with being scared. You're going to be scared because it's a brand new lifestyle. You can be, hell yeah, you're going to be scared. I get scared all the time. And you got to push through that. Now that list, that's why I'm not taking away. That list will help you that say, look, this is a level of wisdom. I've never, in my journey, you guys can add your comment. I have never met anyone that has regretted downsizing. Now I have met people that have started to live out of their car and went back to an apartment. There was a guy in here at one time, I'm an American writer. So I'm not saying that's going to always be for everyone. But I have never met anyone that regretted downsizing. So I think living a simple life is wisdom no matter what. Now, how it's going to evolve and what you're going to decide to do, I mean, that's personal preference to some extent. But that's how I want to say that. Pat, thank you, Jenny. Amen. All love and respect. Jenny B. And if nothing else, you get it out, you know, and that's why I agree with it. That's why I didn't want to take away from that comment. Self-expression, a journal, documenting your life, sharing your life in a safe environment is healthy for your mind. It's healthy for holding yourself accountable. And it's healthy to get it out of your system. Totally agree with that. Very well. Sound John. Think people need a passion and need to focus on it. Totally agree with that. And just stop thinking about it. You got to get out of your head. Like Jenny said, I totally agree with that. And take steps. Yes. Action relieves anxiety. Action relieves anxiety. Idleness causes more anxiety. Very careful there. Take more steps. I totally, all caps, to make it happen. Exclamation mark. Totally agree. Thanks for the inspiration. Palm tree emoji. Amen. Forward we go. Forward we go in the boat down to Florida. And if the waves get heavy, we go forward and we adjust the route if we have to. We go forward though. We go forward. Scared, but we go forward. Tech, cars, and everything else. Love and respect to you. Hello. Love and respect, brother. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the comment. I think that's a Ford. Is that a Ford? I can't tell. Some type of car in there. What's the profile picture of that car? You know that brother has a passion for cars. Tech cars. I'm not mad at that. 1 second, guys. Just going back to okay. Ooh. Check cars. Better Video Tubes, aka Tom. Hello, Tom. Love to see you, brother. Good to have you here. We love Tom. Good to see you, brother. I'm a traveling van. Love camping, and I'm a traveling van. Why? Because I saw a squirrel today, and I thought of I'm a traveling van. Good brother, positive brother. Also, continue to make videos to express yourself. Continue to heal from the divorce, whatever you're going through, and you go forward, brother. And you know, you camp, you get out there in nature, you live your life, and you have value. You're gonna heal. You're gonna feel joy again, and you're gonna go forward. Good brother there. Traveling van. A lot of love for that guy. Jenny B. One of my first road trips by myself was from Florida back up to New York to see family. I wanted to go alone. For the first time, I didn't try to convince my husband. That was wisdom. I just told him and did it, and it was so. I totally agree with that. So, all caps. Yeah. I got a guy that I work with. He's been struggling with his wife for years now. That she has just very much become a house body. Meaning she doesn't like to get out of the house. She doesn't like to do anything. And he's been getting very frustrated. And I said, look, honor your wife. You know, don't do anything crazy. I said, but you have to make time for yourself and do things for yourself. Because if you're not in a healthy place, you know, it's just not going to be good for anyone. And so that he did that. He rented a car, and I think he went down to Florida. He went somewhere. He took like a weekend or a week vacation. He just went by himself. And it was the best thing he ever did. He came back, he was totally renewed. He had more energy, he had more focus, he had more joy. Was he a better husband? Yeah. Because when you come back and you have more energy, more love, more healthiness, you're going to be better to everyone around you. When you stay somewhere where you're not getting blessed, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get more hurtful towards others because you're going to get upset about where you're at in life. Not good. D. Hey, Better Video Tubes. Jenny B. Liberate in all caps. Totally agree with that. Nothing will liberate you like living your life. Nothing will hurt you like suppressing the dreams that God has put inside your spirit. Very important. I'm a traveling van. I found good comments, guys. Thank you for everyone who leaves a comment. I want to acknowledge that. I want to encourage everyone to leave a comment because, again, that's what makes these live chats special, and I'm very thankful for the comments. Thank you. I'm a traveling man. I found put today my squirrel. I love that squirrel. It's a girl. Well, you got a new wifey. She brought me her boyfriend to meet me. He's not as friendly as she is. Well, yeah, because you're moving in on his chick, and you may get caught in a friend zone, brother. You don't want to get caught in that friend zone. Not good. I saw a squirrel today thinking about, that's my guy, Academia. Yes, thanks for the comment. Just joined Sam. Academia, if you're still in here, brother, I thought about that video again today. It made me laugh. Thank you for that video. It was very inspiring to me. Very inspiring. Better video tubes. Hey, D. Academia, it's 2 a.m. And I love that. Even in his video, he said that, sometimes he stays late. It's late there, but he just stays in to catch the live feed. But, no matter what you have to do, I want you to live your life. I don't want you to hurt yourself to watch this. But I just want to say I was very blessed by a video. Just like I was blessed by Traveling Van and Sailing John and Wandering Souls videos. Everyone has their own unique way. And I was very, very excited about that. Linda, just Haleen. Don't say Haleen, just Haleen. Hey, Governor, oh, here we go, politics. Hey, Governor Scott of Florida says to year-round daylight savings time. Yes, yes. Oh, I totally agree with that. Now, if he passed that, I didn't know that passed. I heard that was going to pass. I totally agree. So, for those who don't know, Florida was looking into a law to pass leaving daylight savings time, I think I'm saying that right, all year round. Basically, you never set the clocks back. So you're never going to lose an hour of daylight. It will stay light later. If they pass that, I totally agree with that. Florida is the biggest state for tourism in America. It has the most people that visit here in any state in the entire country. There's a reason, because it has a great environment. And extra sunlight will be a blessing. And if I'm a Floridian, if I got an extra hour of sunlight, an extra hour of vitamin D for my mental health, an extra hour of sunlight to go outside for a walk, you know what I say? Double thumbs up, Scott, whoever. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Linda, for telling me that. I saw that article. I didn't know they passed it, though. Linda, just Haleen. Hey, good here. Amen. Good job, Linda. Very happy about that. Very happy. Jenny B. It still has to be approved by Congress at Linda Jusseline. All right, well, let's hope Congress can pass that. I think that's makes sense to me, Bill. D, hey, Linda, especially for Florida. D, I love camping too, Travel Man. Trend News. Vanity Van Life, nice guy, but lives on a shoestring budget. What I get from videos, relying too much on YouTube. Oh, and he's got Patreon income. Another. Why do I hate Patreon people and people who solely depend on YouTube? Because they're going to make videos disingenuous, and they're asking you to fund their dream. They're not encouraging you to live your dream. They're asking you to fund their dream. I watched Traveling Robert. He's got a decent channel. He just did a live feed. His whole live feed was based on people. They have the ability to donate money during the live chat. And that's what he does. He said, oh, thank you for the super chat. And then they talk about what beer he's drinking. That's it. And the brother makes great videos and everything. He got a great voice, but it's a big pander show. And everyone else is funding his dream. Shame on him, in my opinion. Fund your own dream. Don't give money to church, in my opinion. Don't give money to a YouTube guy. Live your life. Live a downsized life. And then if you want to give money to an organization or something, do whatever you want. But, you know what I'm saying. I mean, come on, put me in context here. But I seen pastors tax people because some pastors were scared to go to work, and they had a budget. They had a mortgage and they had car payments that they had to keep demanding that 10%. Then they had to make a special love offering. I seen people on YouTube that have to go live just to do super chats. They have to make extra videos and it's very dangerous to the creativity space. It's very dangerous to the spiritual well-being of others. Not good. Not good. Don't like that. I'm in agreement with you, Trend News. Relying too much on that. Yeah, spends too much time editing his vids. Like to travel, but can't afford. Yeah, I don't like that. Trend News, me and you on the same page, brother. Kathy. Sam, you said you did not know I have an RV. I didn't. Brother, I am living your life dream. We volunteer at Florida State Parks and government land 6 months out of the year. I didn't know that. Until the house sells, then full time. I didn't know that. It's great. We have a Class A. Work 20 hours a week for full hookup site. Oh, that's Kathy, you got a lot to offer in the conversation. Full hookup site, I didn't know this, and meeting amazing people from all over the world. I can't wait to finish unloading the house. Kathy, I would love to see some videos on your life. Do you do any videos? That's great, man. It's great to hear about your life. Good job, Kathy. Now, Class A too big for me, but if you had a family and stuff, I could see that. You know what I mean? So, and it's just a better quality life, man. Look, in my opinion. And based on what you want to do in life. Obviously, if you're watching this channel, you may have some passion to do it. I mean, once you settle in the beginning, it's going to be hard. But once you settle in, even if your expenses were exactly the same, you didn't save. Even if your expenses were exactly the same as your house, in my opinion, you're going to live a better quality life. In my opinion. I think your expenses should be less than a house, but you know what I'm saying? You're going to live life. You're not going to be confined to the same house, the same supermarkets. Oh, that makes me want to throw up. Jenny B. Every item on the list has weight. Weather is one item, but it weighs 10 points for every one on the NYC side. And that way sound funny, but I mean it. I gotta read. You lost me on that one. Maybe I missed a comment. I'm sorry, Jenny. D. Squirrels not nice. Damaged 3 cars this week at work. All 3 cars had to be towed because of wire damage. Well, yeah. When I grew up in the house I grew up with, not my condo, but my mom's condo, my mom's house, when we had a single family house, we had mice from the sewer came in, and I parked my car in the garageway, and mice got into like the bottom. In the wintertime, they came into like the bottom of my car, and they formed, they got in there for the heat, because when you park your car in the garage at the end of the night, it was cold, they go to the motor, because it's, once it's turned off, it's still hot. And squirrel's nothing but a mouse with a tail, basically. But what I can tell you is, when you're in New Hampshire, it's everything's damageable. But when you're in Florida, squirrels got plenty of room. I mean, they're running all over the place. They're not in your car. But I love you. But I hear you. I love squirrels, but not in my car. Definitely not. Jenny B. Girl, squirrel made a nest in my old kitchen apartment. She took a sweater from my bedroom. I didn't know that, man. Maybe squirrels are bad news. But I like squirrels, but not in my place of residence. But I will say, too, I work with a guy. A squirrel got in his attic. That was a havoc for him. So, yeah, maybe it is true. You know how they run away on the street? Jenny B. They don't do that when they're protecting their sweater nest they built next to heaters. Laugh out loud. Yeah, they like their nesting. That's true. Gilbert. I was told when I was younger that if you are holding on to something too tightly, there is no room for anything better. Oh, Gilbert, you're hitting them up hard tonight, big dog. Very good insight. If you hold on too tight, you're going to hurt yourself. You have to have a mindset of constantly letting go. Letting go of each day, letting go of each moment, living in the moment. Life is like a river. You can't touch the same spot twice. The more you hold on to something, the more you hurt. Very good point. So we need to let things have their time, then move on to which is new. Praise thy Lord, Gilbert. Well said, brother. You're hitting them hard tonight. Gilbert, open your hands, friends. Gilbert preaching that word. Gilbert, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Gilbert on fire. Somebody give me a fire emoji for Gilbert. He's tearing it up. Amen, Gilbert, Andy G. Jenny B. That was back when you said add emotion to the pros and cons list. Oh, I got you now. Okay. I refer to emotion as weight. Good point. All right, but that's well said. I agree with that. How important is each item? They don't all mean or weigh the same thing. That's a good point. That's a good comment, Jenny. I agree with that. Carm83. I totally agree with you about the YouTubers e-begging. Dead balls on center. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Now, again, can you still learn from them? You can learn from anyone. I've learned from pastors who I felt like were manipulative. I've learned from YouTubers that, I think pander to get money out of people. So you can learn from anyone and learn from everyone. But what I'm trying to tell you is just be conscious of anytime you add money to the equation, it can get dangerous. I'm not against people doing things for money. You got to survive. I'm not against, ad revenue if you want to monetize your channel. I mean, I do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're not taxing the people. All they got to do is hit skip ad. When you tax the people, when you're asking them for a Patreon account for money to make videos, I mean, or they just give to your PayPal account, or they send you something to your P.O. box. I mean, that's taxing the people. And I don't like that. But that's my opinion. I mean, I'm not trying to say they're all bad, but that's my opinion. Jenny B. I don't know how to say that. Like Masu song, if your cup's already full, then it's bound to overflow. Yes, and the blessing comes from your overflow. The blessing comes from your overflow, not from the last bit of joy you have. You have to fill your own cup in order for you to live fulfilled, in order for you to bless others. You will never be a blessing to others when you want to spend time. Some people, instead of getting their life together, they don't want to just spend time donating their time to a church, donating their time to a soup kitchen. I did all those things, but what I can try to tell you is most of those people don't have their life together. If you really want to be a blessing to the poor, to the needy, get your life together and then go out there and help. Because how can the blind lead the blind? You know, a lot of times people just donate to like the soup kitchens or donate to church because they just don't want to work on their own life, so it makes them feel better. Like, well, I ain't getting my own life together, but let me donate to somebody else. And most people, they ain't gonna get their life together either. You donate to your church, your pastors ain't getting their life together. You donate to a soup kitchen, you know, they're gonna be there next week. They're not trying to get a job. Most of them people. I mean, you know, some of them are. I've been there. I've helped the poor, but I'm trying to tell you is get your own life together. Help people when you can. I'm not trying to tell you don't help those in need. But what I'm trying to tell you is a lot of people use that as a way of not having to work on their own life. In my experience, not opinion necessarily, but it is some of my opinion, but my actual life experience. Very true. I'm a travel man. E-begging is no good. Yeah. And neither is any type of thing. I agree with that. Yeah. Gilbert, fire emoji. Apostine, give him a fire emoji. Good job, Apostine. Thank you. Gilbert. Just making up for lost time, Sammy. I imagine, brother. It's never too late. It's never too late. That's a life lesson there. Gilbert, amen, Sammy. Good job, brother. And thanks, Aspatine. And I hope I said that right. Gilbert, thank you, Aspatine. Well, guys, man, I really love you, man. I appreciate you. I know tonight was a little unorthodox because I do a little bit of moving, but that's life. I mean, getting to see real life. And I want to share that with you as best I can. But again, I'm sharing not to lead you on, not to follow me blindly, not to form a cult, not to form a religion, but because I want to self-express for my own health, well-being, and growth, and there's a passion inside me to self-express. In addition, I want you to be inspired to be the best you, not to be me, not to go buy a Jeep Renegade necessarily and live out of your car, but whatever it is for you, to live your best quality life. Mind, taking care of your mental health, talking to yourself well, taking action, not just being idle, taking care of your health as best you can. I have extreme compassion on how hard it is to not eat crazy shit. But I want you to be healthy. I want you to be able to tie your shoe. And take care of your soul. I believe in spirituality. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not mad at you if you have a different way of doing it, but I want you to live a well life as best you can. And I want you to know that grace be with you when you go wrong. Because do I go wrong? Yeah. I'm not perfect. I'm human too. So we all need grace. I don't want to speak down to anyone. Don't want to hurt anyone. Like sometimes I got to get a little bit passionate. I got to put a little bit of fire. But it's never to, I always want you to take it in context. It's not to hurt people or hurt you. It's to, we got to go forward. Okay? Let's go forward. Have a positive, serious, but fun weekend. All right? God bless.